So Season 4 is here in Black Ops 6, and you guys already know, we gotta look at my settings. Now, I don't know if my settings changed all too much within Season 3, because if I'm being honest with you guys, I didn't play much of Season 3. It's actually one of the only ones where I haven't finished the Battle Pass. I think I still have like 40 left or something to complete, so it's just not happening. But anyways, today we're gonna be looking at everything in controller settings, everything in graphic settings, a whole bunch of stuff, audio settings, so you guys can get the best audio, everything you absolutely need to play this game better. So let's go into it. The first thing we're gonna go into is going to be the graphic settings, kind of get this out of the way first and just go over stuff. So in quality, I play on a render resolution of 100. Don't really care if the game looks too good or anything like that. I just want to play nice, right? But let's go to view. This is really important. Now, field of view, I play at 105. A lot of people say that they play at 120. A lot of people say they play at 90. Honestly, you just got to find whatever you're comfortable at, and that's what you got to play at. So 105 for me is nice because, well, one, the enemies don't look too small. They don't look too far. They're easy to shoot at. And two, I just feel like it's good for movement. It's not too small, the field of view, where you still feel fast, you still feel quick, all that kind of fun stuff. And then I do play on independent, because in my personal opinion, it's a lot better than playing on affected. If you play on affected, it's just weird in my opinion. Independent is just nice. It makes it so easy to stay on target, so easy to hit shots, and all that kind of stuff. Now, if you guys are looking for easier lobbies, you guys want anything easier, you don't want to play hackers anymore, all that kind of stuff, make sure to check out No Lag VPN. It is super cheap, and you guys could even use code IT'SNICK to save yourself an additional 62%. I'll have a link down in the description. And quickly, guys, before we get into the video, if you could drop a big fat like, we're gonna go for 7-6. All right, it's a random number. We're gonna do it. We're gonna hit it. It's gonna be nice. Subscribe to the channel and let me know down in the comments below what is your current sensitivity in Black Ops 6. All right, let's go. After that, my weapon field of view, we have it set to wide. Again, it doesn't really matter too much. It's just preference, all these kind of things here. But then this right here, weapon motion blur and world motion blur. So world motion blur, I have set to off, but weapon motion blur I have set to on. Even if I'm recording, I still leave it on. I used to turn it off when I'm recording. I just leave it on now. And the reason for this, world motion blur, you do not want it to be blurry. You're not going to see stuff. It's gay. You're not going to see enemies that well. It's awful. But weapon motion blur, you do want your weapon to be blurry if you're moving around a lot really quick and stuff, because you don't want your weapon to be in focus. If your weapon is out of focus, your eyes are going to automatically look at what's in focus, which is not your weapon, and you will see enemies a lot quicker as well. It's milliseconds, but yo, you got to trick your brain. It works, all right? Now, before we go into the controller settings, let's get into the interface, because there's some important stuff here as well. We're going to go over to gameplay HUD, and this, I'm going to say it all the time, and I'm going to always continue to say it. Make sure you turn your crosshair on to center dot. I'm going to say this every settings video. You got to do it, all right, man? Trust me, set it to the largest, set it to 100 opacity, and the crosshair color to yellow. Trust me on this. Thank me later. It might look weird at first if you never play with the center dot. Just do it. You're doing yourself a huge favor. If you could point that dot at enemies before you ADS and you can start shooting at them, hip firing them before you ADS, you're just going to be in a good position. All right, let's move on to audio, and then we'll get into the controller settings. In the audio, what I like to do here is set the speaker, headphone, outcome device, whatever, output device, I should say, to default. All right, whatever my computer is set to default, I'm just going to leave it at that. It doesn't really matter. Now, audio mix, I used to always play Call of Duty on bass boost. It just felt good. It felt nice. But guys, Sucker Punch it's OP, all right? If you're playing with a headset, if you're playing with a home theater system and stuff like that, Sucker Punch is OP. You will hear where people are. You will hear doors opening miles away. You will hear footsteps far away. You will you will hear a lot of stuff with Sucker Punch. So make sure you guys throw that on. Mono audio off. Who turns that on? Why is that even an option? And then after that, that's pretty much it in the audio. Now, what I will say is you could open up the game master volume here, which I can't. All right, when I press show more, it's the reset tab, and then when I press X, again, I can't really do anything. So if you guys can figure out how to open this, please let me know, because I cannot open it. I need to open it, but I cannot. But anyways, what you're going to do is the game master volume, you're going to have up to 100, or start the music volume. Any music volume you're going to put down, and anything like that's going to give you footstep audio or master audio or anything like that, you're going to put up. I just can't open it. I wish I could. And then in voice chat, again, doesn't really matter. I put my microphone up to the highest. I put voice chat to 60. I do want to hear people talking, but not too much. I want the game to be louder and stuff. And that's basically it. Basically it right there. Let's get into the controller settings, because this is some nice stuff. Now, before we go into this page, the first page we're going to go into is the movement page. And this is if you are playing like me on a default controller that doesn't have back paddles. I just play on a DS5 controller, a DualSense 5 controller. DualShock, DualSense, what am I saying? I don't, guys, it's early morning, all right, man. Yeah, so yeah, you could just play, if you're playing on a regular controller, set your sprint assist to tactical sprint assist, or you can even turn it on and you'll be good to go. Now, I like tactical sprint assist because it automatically puts you into attack sprint. When you push forward on that joystick, you don't have to press down, you don't have to do anything. It's nice, all right? And it leaves that button free for other things. Mantle assist, I do play on low mantle assist. I used to play on off. Low mantle assist is not bad, all right? It's not going to ruin gunfights. It's going to help you feel quicker, smoother, all that kind of stuff. But crouch and corner slice, we don't need those, all right? We definitely don't need those. And then slide dive behavior, I play on tap to slide. Honestly, I just like it. And airborne automatic mantle, turn this off. This is garbage. I don't know why it's in the game. Just turn it off, right? I mean, it's good if you're trying to play like campaign and stuff and you just want to run around, but on multiplayer, you do not want that on. It's going to ruin some gunfights, all right? If you're jumping in a gunfight, you're going to start mantling stuff. It's just not worth it, all right? And then basically that's about it right there. In combat, again, basically I think I'm on pretty much almost default everything here. Maybe some things are changed, but I think I'm pretty much default anything. All right, so let's go to controller, and then we'll go to aiming. Controller settings, button layout. This is because we changed our movement. We're going to come in here, and we're going to switch out L3 when you push down on L3 so that you could actually slide dive and change stance. So you could drop shot now with L3. You could do all that kind of stuff with L3, okay, which is really, really nice. I like that. It's good. You could dive with it. It's nice, and then you could just get up and continue sprinting without removing your thumb from the joystick. And then R3, we're going to set that to jump, stand, and mantle, and this way you guys could jump shot, you guys could jump around the map without having to move your fingers from the joystick. So now all you got to do in this game is push up on your left stick, and you're already sprinting, and then without moving your thumbs, you just press those, and you could slide, you could drop shot, you could jump, you could do whatever you want, all that kind of fun stuff. Interact reload, we're going to leave that square. Now, my weapon firing and my ADS. I do use L1 and R1. The buttons are smaller. They feel faster to press. Everything just feels nicer. It's a lot quicker. And L2 and R2, I reserve it for tacticals and lethals, just because those buttons take longer to press. You have to press them deeper, all that kind of stuff. And then sprint, tactical sprint. Circle, I don't use it because we have automatic sprint, and then melee finishing, X. If I want to melee, I gotta press X. Which, in all honesty, I don't even melee too much. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the button layout. After that, my sensitivity, I play at 1.60 and 1.65. Vertical, I always put a little bit higher. Sometimes I'll play at the same, but I like it a little bit higher. It just feels smoother. It's weird to I can't really explain it in words. You got to kind of just try it out. Even if you don't want to play at 160, if you want to play at 120, put vertical to 125 or whatever. You just got to try it out, see how it is, and see if you like it. I personally do, but it's not something I can really explain to you guys. Now, play whatever sensitivity you want. Don't listen to anyone if they say, oh, the best sensitivity is 2.10. It doesn't matter. Yo, play at what you're comfortable at. It doesn't matter. I would recommend kind of low to mid, but in all, if you're good at really fast, play it really fast. It doesn't really matter. Controller vibration, off, 100% off. Your controller vibrates, your thumb vibrates with it, you move, your accuracy is off, not worth it, all right? And then trigger effect, again, off. You don't want that on. And dead zone inputs, we're going to open this up, and we're going to put left stick to 0. I got to play at 6 because I got stick drift. Left stick max to 35, which is really good for movement. I like it a lot. Right stick minimum at 6, and never go below 5 on the right stick. If you go below 5, any micro movement you do fights against the aim assist. So when people tell you to play at 0, don't do it, guys. You're not going to feel like your aim assist is strong. It's not going to feel sticky. And then right stick max up at 100. Triggers, dude. The default is 13. I don't know why. Turn that to 0. Turn that off. And then finally, we got aiming here with the sensitivity multiplier. Pretty much tablet sensitivity, I play at 0.45, and air vehicle sensitivity at 0.60. These are basically streaks, all right? This is when you're holding out the tablet and how to control the cursor on it, and this is basically air streaks that you control. It's just nicer to play a little bit lower on those. And then aiming advanced settings. In this right here, I do play gradual. I think gradual is the best in my opinion. It's nice. It's smooth. The transition from non-ADS to ADS sensitivity is smooth, all right? So I like gradual. And then aim assist curve type or aim response curve type. Dynamic, linear, standard. At the end of the day, guys, they're almost all the same. I'm going to say dynamic. I like dynamic a lot, and I play at 0.80. But honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. A lot of people like linear more than dynamic. I would argue more people like linear more than dynamic. So if you guys want to, definitely play on linear. I just like dynamic. It just feels nice to me. And then custom sensitivity per zoom, we're going to put on the low zoom all the way up to the 3x zoom at 0.85. And then everything above that, we're going to put at 1.0. The reason I like this is because like my iron sights, all that kind of stuff, I could stay really accurate at mid and long range. Up close, the lower you go on the low zoom, the worse it is for up close gunfights. But I hip fire a lot up close, so I don't mind that too much. But if you're gonna play up close, I would recommend 0.90 or 0.95. But I like 0.85. It's nice, it's good, it's easy. But that's gonna be it for the actual settings. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a big fat like, subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on, and let me know down in the comments below what sensitivity did you guys play on. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.